Alright, what's going on, guys? So I'm going to be continuing my Azami guide series, and I'm on Emerald Plains right now. I'm going through 3 of the bomb sites, CEO, kitchen and bar. And yeah, I want to quickly first say though, I'm coming close to like finishing all of the maps with Azami. So if there's any operators you want to see me do this with another time, like another series with a different operator, then drop a comment down below of which operator you want to see me do a full series on and full setup guides. So yeah, for the CEO site, these sort of half walls in this site make it like really easy to just put like one ways on these doors like this. So if you put 2 Azamis on both of these doors, you can pretty much stand like around here and have one ways on both of these sort of angles, and the attackers just can't, like, because of the half wall they can't really see anything. They can go like this and see a little bit over there, but then they have to like crouch and then they can't really get a great angle. The same goes for this other door as well. Like this, they can't really see anything. They can see this here, or like the crouch, they see a little bit here, but if you're standing behind the monitor there, they can't really see you unless they shoot the monitor, obviously. But it's not a like favourable fight for the attacker to fight. So I just like to do that basically anywhere where there's like a half wall, or like sometimes like they make one like on Villa where you stand on the map table and make a half wall by putting it on the table. Like these sort of one ways I really like doing, because it's just, I mean, it's just easy fights. For the next one, I put it in the CEO here. I put it on the corner of this chair, the side of this chair here. But make sure when you put it on the chair, you put it on the arm bit, not the body of it, because it just doesn't make a full one. If you put it on the arm, it'll make a full one like that. And the reason for this is mainly because it blocks this angle a lot. You can put it further down the arm to block the door fully, but I like to just put it like that, and you can sort of use it like that. And what it also does is it means you can still have this like tight angle, then you can also start flicking around to this tight angle, and you can also come up like this and challenge the window here. Like challenge the window without being visible to the door. So it's just a great like Azami to use. The next one, I kind of like to make this room a bit more playable, the meeting room. And I do this by putting Azami on the back side of this table here. So that I can safely rotate like out and in without getting shot from there. Obviously you're visible at this window here, so you just gotta be careful for that. But you can pretty safely just run back into sight and run here, as long as nobody's on this window. So yeah, and it just gives you like an extra position to play here. So you can play here, you can start switching around, going here, shoot some holes in the table, come here, maybe make a melee here, have weird angles, and you can just start switching the position around. So if you keep changing your position, the attacker's not going to really know where you are, especially in ranked, where the information that people play off of is really like small. It's very rare that people have great drone info in ranked. And for the final Azami, I just put it on this window here, mainly because when you're standing here, obviously you're very visible to this, and even just running around, you're visible to this window. I tend to put it more so on the left side of the window than the right. It doesn't have to be like extremely left, but like just so it fully blocks you off here, and you can still have a little bit of a pixel here if you want to try and peek it. As long as nobody's in the museum, you can sort of like swing this and get some weird kills. So yeah, that's the first site out of the way. I'm going to go down to the kitchen next, because it's probably the next most defendable site. Alright, so for the kitchen site, the first thing I like to do is to block this window here, just because it sees right the way into the kitchen, and it's just a bit of a nightmare. So I put one on the side of here, and then I put one more on top of that to fully block off the window. And the good thing about this is it actually can't be meleeed from the outside. I'll quickly show you now. It can't like actually be meleeed from the outside. I go as close as I can, it just doesn't do anything. Good thing about this not being meleeable from the outside, it means that an attacker's going to have to waste an ash charge or waste a nade or some kind of utility on it, which means that there's one less sort of explosive to deal with other defender utility, and it just makes it easier to defend, obviously. For the next one, I like to put it on this door here like this, like that. It doesn't create any cool like major cool one ways, but what it does do is it blocks this angle from up here. So a lot of attackers will just AFK here because it sees right the way into sight, but with this, it blocks the majority of the angle. The only thing they can see is sort of this side of kitchen, which people don't really tend to play in anyway. Or if they do, like you're probably just chilling here, where you're safe anyway. Yeah. So for the third, like the fourth Azami, but the third sort of thing is to put one on the side of here, like this, anywhere sort of like on the side here, just to make the rotate hole here more usable. As without this sort of, when you go through the rotate hole, if the breach is on the left of the wall here, they can see right through the rotate, which makes it harder obviously to play behind here. So with this you can push it here in the kitchen, and this is like the corner right when they come in the door here. So if they try to if attacker tries to come in and sort of like plant here or plant here, you can pretty much push up on this and be pretty safe enough to stop it. And finally, for the final one, I like to put it on the back side of this table here, sort of along, more so on the left side than the right side, and I'll tell you why in a second. Just a little bit right of these sort of cutlery. What it does is it means that you can play this position like here pretty safely, like you can play sort of around this area pretty safely. You want to reinforce this wall as well, by the way. But you can sort of play around this reinforcement and play around like the bomb as well pretty safely. And what it also means is that you can get this weird angle here, like between the two. Obviously you need to be careful for the breach if you're exposing yourself to it. But the thing I like about it the most though is it also makes this, which attackers don't really expect. When they're coming through, they'll see this like big wall, they'll be like, okay, I'll check here, and then they're already gone because you're sitting there, and the scope's pretty much just blocking you. So it's just a great angle. Now I'm going to go on to the bar site. Alright, so I've been cooking up a little bit on bar. It's not a very defendable site, but it's better than the other one, which is museum, in my opinion anyway. So I've been cooking up some Azami ideas for it. The first thing I want to do is to make something to fight this breach. Which what I did was I chose to put an Azami here on the sort of on this jukebox and the bomb, and you can vault up on here and get a really weird one-way onto the breach. Which from the breach they cannot even see you at all. Standing up they can't see you. They crouching they can see you obviously, like with most one-ways. But if they're outside the breach, it's even harder to see you because they're further away, obviously. So it's just really cool one way. And what you can also do as well is you can sort of prone here and look into the other side. Not as cool of an angle, but still something you can do. You can think about doing. Obviously, you're thinking, what's he on about? There's this fucking door here. But what I also do is put one on the door like that. The good thing about this as well, it gives you an angle here. But for the attackers, what it looks like is they'll sort of come around here, they'll be like, oh shit, I need to crouch, they'll check this. They still even crouch, they still really can't see you up here. And obviously if you heard them crouch, you'll be ready for them, and it's just a freebie for you as well, even if you're up there still. But you can just get off and then leave when you have to. But obviously that is there just to protect you on the one way. So for the next one, I like to block off this door and this door like this. And I'll tell you why. Mainly for this door, mainly because it cuts off like a lot of the angles people have into sight, as well as if they try and stand on here for like an off angle, it still blocks that off as well. And for the most part, you can pretty safely, because they'll have to be crouching. You can either kill them while they're crouching, or run across here and then play this one way. And from this you can also see there, you can see like a little pixel here. But for the final one, if this breach is sort of not being open, like you've got a bandit tricking it, so they can't actually open it, what you can do as well is put an Azami on the side of this pool table, and then open up this wall with every deagle. I'll open it with a shotgun just for the quickness, but in game you want to use your deagle, and then you have a one-way onto this door. I believe you can open up here and do the same for the other door. Yeah. So you can have a one-way for both these doors just by using this. Obviously the breach is a major downside in this wall here, but obviously they're both reinforced. And then if you have a bandit that's in your stack, you can ask him to bandit trick. One thing I want to say as well, a lot of people sort of might not like these sort of door one-way things because they can just get meleeed, but by the time they've meleeed it, you've shot them enough to either kill them or take off their health at least. Or what you can do is start throwing impact nades at them. Or the best thing is, if you have teammates in the stack, you can have them throw C4s. Like throw a C4 at the guy meleeing it, and it's just an instant kill for them. So just another thing, if you're getting like countered by them just meleeing them like that, you can do that and throw a utility at them. But yeah, that's all 3 of the sites out of the way. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, and I'll see you in the next video.